Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you happen to be. Welcome to another scene from the pit. The scene is set on the far, far end of the Bronx borough. It is a cold night, a bit chilly. There's been a slight downpour, but nothing too overwhelming. There's the chill in the air and the condensation. A little bit of the fog starts to dissipate at this ungodly hour. We find ourselves with, dear Zane here, pretty much very nonchalantly approaching the scene, walking under a particular awning. And what does he do?
He is intensely aware of the handgun that he has under his jacket. Can't be too careful, especially when people are after you. And he sort of just like, has his hands in his pockets. He's looking very, very, casually, very slow towards either side, looking to see if any people are around. And of course, there aren't. It's very late. But eventually, I suppose he spots one person.
You actually hear the train above you stop at the station, and you hear a lot of, not a lot, several people, a couple, go down the flight of stairs in front of you. Most of them seem like late night party goers and whatnot. They all seem to disperse in random directions towards their own particular neighborhood. But yes, one of them with a moppy hairdo and some really thick sunglasses makes a bit of a detour. He walks in the opposite direction of all these obviously hungover couples and gentlemen, and yes, indeed walks towards your particular awning.
Zane crosses his arms and leans up against a support and keeps an eye on this stranger that is approaching. His expression is, as his flaw would suggest, very icy.
Hmm. You would not, well, the man being as nondescript, as forgettable as this man here, he does approach not you, but the piece of wall right beside you, and he takes out from his coat pocket a pack of cigarettes. Takes one stick out. Miss Quinn sent you?
Zane glances at him like he kind of broke eye contact for a minute there, while he got like really close, and then when he did, he finally sort of like stops and gets a cigarette, and then looks his way. Zane finally looks back at him and says, "We have a mutual acquaintance."
Yeah, we got a mutual acquaintance.
You run the pawn shop.
I do, in fact. You the guy that died?
It might be.
Hmm.
He turns and sort of offers a hand, though it seems more of like a gesture of, you know, sort of like expectation rather than uh, genuine sincerity.
He goes ahead and takes the expectation, extends his own hand out. One firm, solid shake, and the two gentlemen go ahead and break, I guess.
Yep.
He goes ahead and lights his cigarette and blows it out into the air.
You fix your computer.
He goes ahead and nods.
Good.
It's fixed. It's giving back to her.
So I heard that you two discussed our current predicament.
Yeah, discuss how you guys got yourself in trouble.
Well, the vessels did anyway, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. How long you been out of the pit?
A couple weeks now.
Mm-hmm. Same story with her. Same story with me.
It's not what I thought it would be.
The world.
And he just sort of gestures around him. They went and got real creative.
Yeah, good for them little shitheads.
He just sort of smirks and kind of snorts through his nose.
So, first order of business for you two, I believe, is to get this business with y'all being hunted done and over with.
Yeah, come whatever may.
Come whatever may.
I heard you could help me in that regard.
I want to help you both. I want to help you both out. I got good hands. I can work miracles. I still got that to me. They didn't take that from me in the pit.
It's good. I'm not
Would you?
sure what's I'm not sure what's left of me, but I'm gonna find out real fast.
Good. On the other end, once this business is done, I already tapped her and asked her if she was going to go ahead and help me spot this project I've got.
He sort of like clasps his hands together and rests them kind of like at his navel and crosses his leg and sort of just looks around and then glances back over and says, "Yeah, what kind of project is that?"
Big stupid grin goes over his face. Nothing in this world is free. We trade favors for favors. I'm looking for some lost relics.
Interesting. Well, if you help me out, you help her out. That's only fair. If I help you out,
Awesome. Glad we still understand how a trade works.
I'm nothing if not fair.
So, you got equipment?
He sort of gives another look around just in case, and then with one hand kind of pulls his jacket from his body, and then with the other reaches in and removes a uh, the pistol in question, and then sort of like clutches it to where it's kind of out of sight from prying eyes, and then offers it over.
He'll go ahead and wave you off as if he doesn't really need to hold the damn thing. But he takes note of it. What
He
kind of
puts
weapon
it
is it?
he puts it
What
back
kind of
where it
firearm?
belongs. It's a 45.
David goes ahead and says 45 Colt Magnum. The sliding bolt sometimes goes ahead and catches. All right. I can do the same work that I did on her computer to your gun. Anything else?
That's what I hear. Sounds about right.
Awesome. And help improve your equipment so that when we need to hit something, we hit something hard. But I believe it's up to you and her to figure out where to hit.
I'm working on that.
She's working on it with her computer.
Well, it doesn't really matter who gets there first. In fact, I'm kind of hoping that I do. She seems nice enough. I don't think she fully gets exactly what she's into.
Where is she in, my good sir?
A lot of shit. A lot of dangerous people.
What kind of money?
More money than we got.
That's great. That's awesome.
She
Anything
made it.
attached to it?
She made it pretty clear that she had a good amount of funds, but I don't think it's going to be enough. They were willing to pay me a lot.
Fuck. Anything attached to it, or is that just money and greed?
Yeah, and the line of work this one was in on, the less you knew about it, the better. So I don't really have much of an inkling, except that there's just an overwhelming sense of dread at the idea.
Mm-hmm. Fuck.
That's what I said.
I guess nothing to be done on my side. Just hang
Well,
when you're ready to
I
hit.
would I wouldn't expect you to fight the battles, but we'll just have to see when the time comes when I know a little more about what I'm looking at.
He goes ahead and nods his head in agreement. Awesome. So, do you know anything about before?
He glances over. Enough.
Mm-hmm. Enough to make a
He,
comparison between what we left and what we got?
yeah, out of character. He has Legacy 3.
Ooh, shoot, you got one more than me. Yay! Well, what did they tell you about the House of Stone and Fire? What do you remember, I should say?
He just shrugs.
Hmm.
If I think real hard on it, I might come up with something.
All right. All right. So, do you want to trade names in the stars?
He glances at you, gives you like that long, hard look, like I don't know if I can trust this goofy dude. But eventually he says, "If she trusts you, then I trust you." Did she give you a name?
She did. She gave me her name in the stars, and it rung true.
All right then. I'm Shark Ass.
I'm Hell loves a hay. It's hard to pronounce, but you eventually get used to it.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah. You do know the power of that name, right? These names. You didn't forget that, did you?
No,
Good. Don't start invoking me unless you really need me.
I like to think that I'm fairly self-reliant.
He goes ahead and gives you a nod. And it's about this time that the cigarette is almost to the end. He goes ahead and like pats it onto the brickwork and places the nub into a into a napkin and then onto a plastic bag. He seems like he's very embarrassed by the habit, but it's what he's doing right now.
He's just being watched.
All right. Goes ahead and gives you a two fingers to a temple and then a salute as he just goes ahead and walks on as if, this entire conversation was nonchalant and between two strangers.
Zane sort of just follows him off with his gaze for a little for you know a good 10 seconds, and then he sort of pushes himself from the wall and begins walking the other way.
And thus our scene ends.